Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, and some TA. Alright, guys, so we are going to do an early update today because, I'm just going to talk about what we're seeing on these charts here. We had a nasty pullback yesterday that gave back all of Friday's move across the board. Like every single thing we looked at, but ugly. As of today, things are being dragged back up. And I want to point this out. Guys, NASDAQ looks like, it's getting ready to explode. So, that's ultimately why I wanted to make this early video. We're going to start off with NQ here, NASDAQ. Accidentally hit that was easy button, but you know what?
That was easy.
That was easy. I honestly think the market is consolidating right now before going higher. I don't think we are going much lower. The market very clearly wants to push up, and NASDAQ right now is exploding. Of course, I just exited. That is okay. All right. I got the last of my position right here. And then what happens? It goes 50 points in our direction. What are the freaking odds, man? What are the odds? It's okay. It comes with the territory here. But yeah, I just really want to be clear here. NASDAQ looks like it is going to freaking explode. I don't know if we get another pullback, but if we do, you're probably just going to stay in this consolidation. You very clearly have this bull pennant going on here on the daily time frame. And, at the end of the day, you just pulled back into your neckline of this double bottom down here. And you're finding buyers there. You're looking like you're about to be going higher. So, that's the basis of what I want to come to you guys with today is the fact that we have a chart here that is NASDAQ. That, most of the tickers we cover, most of the tickers in the market, all right, they're going to follow SPY and QQQ. This is QQQ right here. This is NQ, but, it's the same thing, different instrument. It's going to explode. And then you come over here to QQQ, and what is this one looking like? It also looks like it wants to start moving back up. So, I'm just going to make the call. I think we probably saw all the downside we're going to see yesterday. I know I, had a quick video yesterday, and, I didn't remind everyone. Guys, the dip is something to be bullish on. I think I did enough reminding you guys over the past, week or so. We've been dipping for quite some time, just consolidating here. I still believe that to be the case. I don't know how deep this dip is going, but, we got things like you come over here and we got Microsoft. This thing is fully reversing here right off the 0.786 fib. That's not the worst look in the world. Daily RSI is coming back up. This happens to be exactly where it started popping up last time. All right. You come down to the 4-hour time frame, real-time hours. You did already have the 4-hour RSI hit oversold territory, but, you can see it's been dancing around here for a long time. I think this is a solid shot. We just saw our downside yesterday, and we are about to, that was a bear trap before. We are about to move back up. That's really the basis of what I want to talk about today, right? We go over the levels we're paying attention to, but at the end of the day, bigger picture point of view kind of video here. That is all I really want to say. Okay, so QQ does have that inverse head and shoulders. Yes, I know my drawings are extremely lovely. They're so appealing to the eyes. You got a right shoulder, you got a head, you got a left shoulder going on here. Sloppy looking neckline. You're pushing back up to it. It doesn't have to be exact. Does not have to be precise, guys. The point is it's there. And, it looks like this, this is constructive price action right here. This is something that is putting bullish structure back on this chart. And to me, it looks like we're getting ready to move back up, ladies and gents. That's really what it's looking like to me. Everything, again, does not have to be perfect. But, you very clearly have that kind of look to you going on right now. And it doesn't really matter how you draw this thing. You're looking like you want to break up through resistance. You are right here in the golden pocket between 187.50 and, did I just say 187.50? 487.50 and 490. I remember we were talking about the threes. Now it's the fours. Fives was in the fours. QQ was in the threes. And now it is, we've kind of just went up another 100 points over here. Things are looking freaking juicy. Just get past 490.20. You probably are going to take out 493.69 and then head to the next resistance up here at 498.44. Support is going to be 484.54. And then underneath there, we're not even going to talk about it. We're just going to say, hey, all right, you want to find buyers holding the line down here. You don't want to revisit down here. I'm going to point out you get this little uptrend kind of action going on here. You don't want to visit that again. All right, you could. You don't want to visit again. NQ, holy sweet baby Jesus, now 60 points. I cannot believe. It's not like I had too much because, you know, NQ was sitting here over, I wasn't even trading NQ. I was doing MNQ. But I had 4 of those suckers. And yeah, the guy skyrocketed. That still would have been a decent chunk of change right there, ladies and gents. Decent chunk of change. That's okay. All right, so that was QQQ. We're going to move over here to SPY. What do we got cooking over here on SPY's chart? Guys, it does also look like you are getting ready to push back up to the highs as well. You know, this thing looks juicy, guys. And downside is limited. We did get a 15-minute bullish divergence over there on NQ and QQQ yesterday, so I'll just point that out. Now, I already took it off the chart, but, you know, this is why I say, hey, if you want to have a good time in the market following price action, just take the concepts we talk about and learn how to use them on your own. And, you know, while you're learning how to use them, just copy everything we're doing in these videos. I'll show you exactly where to put things on your chart for the time being, and eventually things will just start clicking, all right? So you want free education. Here's your free education. There's not a better place to do it here on YouTube. I stand by that. Like, you know, you can go over the tutorial videos and all that, you know, all that hot stuff, but I'm just going to say right now, we literally cover all of the key concepts every single video and then go over in real time how to use these continuously with different price action. This is not me hand picking price action like a bunch of these stupid tutorial videos. Go back and hand pick them. I've seen it over the years and we're going to keep seeing it, guys. People have these setups videos and guess what? They're hand picked and then you go to the charts to actually do them and a vast majority of them, they fail continuously. Price action invalidates their setup. Well, guess what? These are things that I demonstrate in real time, which, you know, I believe that puts me over there. Okay. So that is, you know, how I would educate myself in the market if I was not me and I was watching these YouTube videos and had these videos at my disposal. Okay, that's what I would do. All right, for now, price is in this golden pocket right here. You're pushing up to their 488.41 resistance. This is what I was saying, guys. I'll give you the exact stuff we're paying attention to. You want exact levels? I got you. They will give the reactions. You want your trend lines? I got you. You want your golden pockets? You want, you know, your big picture point of view? We got you. Okay, big picture right now, this thing is kind of just curling back up and it looks like it wants to run. But, you know, the really hot picture I want everyone to look at is the fact that you pull back into the neckline of this double bottom here. You have a massive double bottom. If you're going to get a measure moved out of this thing, that is a 9% move. That is something that literally can bring you up here. I'm not saying it does bring you up there, but, you know, that is the potential of what we have right here. Okay, you had this little double bottom. Well, let's see how far that went. Okay, 3%. Well, within a few trading sessions, you were already up to 3. Okay, by a few trading sessions, I do mean, yeah, a week. Okay, you know, it didn't take too long. You had a big explosive move. I think we probably get something similar now that we're back testing this. This is definitely the back test of that. Probably about to see that extension style move. Okay, and that could very well bring us back up to all-time highs, guys. We are not far off of all-time highs. I know things have been, you know, dancing around like a freaking clown circus over here, but at the end of the day, we've seen NASDAQ move, you know, in big strides over here, big, you know, 9% strides. This is consolidation before one of that stride, or before one of those strides, okay? This is a 12% leg. This is a 15% leg. Well, from this bottom, we only need a, 6% leg. I'd say it's extremely likely that gets hit. Boom. Okay, so that's what we got over there on QQQ. We covered SPY. We're going to come over here to IWM. I'm going to point out you are still just consolidating here in this bull flag. You know, I'm not going to say you have the best look on you compared to SPY and QQQ, like NASDAQ and SP 500, but I will definitely say you're still just in that bull flag and you're waiting for some resolution out of this thing. We don't know if it's going to break down. If it does break down, we're coming down to 212.25. That is your buying opportunity, okay? If you break out, you probably are going to come back up and target 224.94 and then 226.64 and then 229.84. You want to see where that level is? It's right over here, okay? That is such a mess. I do not like having all these lines. But in the short term, as your support, you were paying attention to 217.55. We're actually going to be on the hourly time frame for this one. 217.55. Underneath there, you have 216.14. And then on the upside, we have 218.24 which has the golden pocket right above. If you could take out 219.10, get price above 219.10, we probably are going to have an upward resolution out of this bull flag. We probably are about to have a breakout. So that's your early warning sign for you're probably about to get a breakout, break above 219.98. And then you have the above levels to pay attention to, which is 221.13, 222.45, and 224.94. Now we're going to come over to VIX, and I'm just going to remind everyone what we called for here, right? We said VIX did look like it was going higher. It was on this day right here. I said we typically don't get these candlesticks right after, a big advance here without seeing some consolidation, or that is the end of the move, all right? So we were looking for the pullback to the daily 9 from that day on. We didn't get it the next day. You gapped up. Okay, well, what did we get the next day? We got exactly that, and then price went on. So I just want to confirm this is, confirmation on what I was talking about in advance before it actually happened. This is exactly what we were talking about, and this is something that you should expect, because if you don't expect it, you're gonna, be jumping around all over the place with flip-flop, and there's absolutely no reason to do that. Okay, reality. If you are above the daily 9 and you come back into the daily 9, you expect buyers there. I don't care if people say you can't do TA on the VIX. I don't care if there's not actual buyers and sellers. We're talking about concepts here, all right? We're talking any ticker you got. Expect buyers on the daily 9 EMA test, and if price gets underneath it and then comes up to retest it like that, from underneath, you expect sellers there. You expect price to get, flushed down. That is just how we see it there, okay? Same concept right here, except, instead of underneath, you were above. Now, I'm just going to say, daily RSI yesterday did hit 63.61. I did mention that you typically don't get above or into that 65 to 70 area for a while. And then, you just don't stay there for a while. You come back within 2 to 3 days, and that's that. So I think volatility here is probably going to be limited for the time being. You're going to come down to this, daily 9 here if the market has a next advance. And then it gives it another opportunity to bounce there. Then we get to see, is price actually going to flush underneath it, or is it going to do that? We already got our one reaction that we're looking for. Now, you got the reaction there. Maybe now we get back underneath it and then set us up to go lower on Mr. VIX, which, on the market, if it's going to perfectly move how I just described, we're going to see that. All right, VIX right here, that's where it's around the daily 9. Maybe you get a little pullback, some consolidation, and then VIX crushes and we go higher. So that is what that would exactly look like there if everything is going to work together perfectly. All right, so that is what we're talking about on SPY, QQ, IWM, and DIA. We did not go over, but I will just point out it's still just in this range. It's now back at the bottom of the range. Even if it breaks down, we're looking for buyers down here, which that's just, something else telling me that, hey, downside is probably definitely limited, across the board. If we pull back, DIA is probably going to get bought up right here. SPY is probably going to get bought up right there. QQ looks immaculate. I don't want to see it, come back down. I'm going to be completely honest. I want to see this, consolidation, this bull pennant play out. I want to see this thing start getting a daily close above it, and then I want to start pushing up here. All right, so that is, how I'm seeing things there. Let's go over the FANG stocks here. Someone asked why Netflix was not in my FANG stock list. Why? Because Netflix is a $300 billion market cap, and all these other ones are well over $1 trillion. So there's not, well, besides Tesla. Tesla over here has a $779 billion market cap. We'll call it we'll say it's in the Magnificent Seven. Why? Because, it kind of is, yeah, it's a big mover. All right. It's a big mover, and it definitely has the attention of most, and it's definitely on most people's radar. It is one of those top traded stocks. So yeah, it is magnificent. All right. It is Tessie. All right, guys. So Apple, you're still just consolidating here. You did find buyers yesterday at the 0.618 fib down here. We said underneath 223.90. That's what we're looking for buyers to start stepping back in. I'm just saying, guys, you still look pretty weak over here on Apple. They just announced that they are going to be moving away from that 1 year, upgrade cycle. I think this is great, but it is probably just because there was less demand, a significantly less demand for the 16s, and that's just how it is. Now I will say 16 Pro Maxes are still back ordered. You can't get most colors until they don't ship them until 10/25 right now, and then you got 11/08 in the white titanium. But hey, all right, I'm still gonna say less demand for the iPhones, and this thing, it was supposed to be a positive catalyst. It's kind of just consolidating here. Now We're going to come over here to Microsoft, and this is what I mentioned earlier, guys. You are right here at the 0.786 fib, finding buyers. I already pointed out on the 4-hour RSI, okay? You've been oversold, all right? Now on the daily time frame, if you close out like this, you get an inside bar, kind of exactly what we had right there at that bottom. I'm not saying it's about to run all the way back up here to 425.86 this week, but it's at least going to come back up here and test that daily 9. And if it can get a daily close above it, maybe it tests it the next day and then continues higher. But, you know, that'll be around 419.50, we're going to call it. 419, 419.50. So expect sellers there. But if they can, you know, get that daily close above here, I'm really going to like this thing. Coming over here to Goog, guys. Again, this pullback is just the right shoulder forming. I don't know how deep it's going to go. I don't know if it comes down to 161.63 or if it comes all the way down to 156.60. If it does come down to 156.60, massive buying opportunity. But, you know, I'm just going to say this is something that you would have expected to have, you know, a bunch more strength by now. It's taken a really long time to have a small move. And that's just not something I really like. Okay. I know patience is a virtue, but in reality, you know, we have a setup for explosions here. Explosions are not happening just yet. So, you know, we better see it on this next move here. We better see move up here. We don't want to see, you know, price get bought back up. It starts getting slow around here again. We want to see an impulsive move here on Google to get up here. And that's going to tell us, hey, after that pullback, we probably are going to be coming up here. You know, we want to see some of this action. We haven't seen it so long over here on Google. I think it is right around the corner. But, you know, I want to see it soon. I'm going to be completely honest, all right? Amazon over here, like this is what I'm saying. We probably are going to see explosive action over here out of Amazon before Google, and that pisses me off, okay? Why does it piss me off? Because Google was, you know, set up for a while here. Amazon, we already got the play Amazon set up, and we got a nice move out of it, okay? We got that, and now we're getting round 3, okay? I do think downside is limited over here on Amazon down to 178.90. That is the level we were paying attention to. This over here is your buy zone in between 178.90 and 182.39. Well, it's our buy zone here that we, you know, made on the channel. You know, this is where price is consolidating. We clearly do have buy orders sitting down here. And, you know, if price were to come down here, I would like to see a hammer candlestick print. You know, just anything with a lower wick, I would like to see that. Just proof buyers are stepping in down there. And I think that probably is going to be, you know, putting in a bottom there, okay? You do have this 4-hour bullish divergence already on the RSI over here on Amazon. So, you know, honestly, we could have already seen the bottom get put in, and it could have been yesterday. So I don't know how this is going to go. We got to get above the daily 9 again. But once that happens, maybe we dance around it for a little bit. But I think we're going to start heading up to 190 to 195. Meta. Watch for the pullback. I don't think it's going to happen, though. You're watching for your pullbacks, okay? And you can watch these levels if you would like. All right, these are the levels that you can play. I'm going to be completely honest, though. You know, wherever it pulls back to, it's going to be a buying opportunity. This thing is very likely going higher. Not saying it immediately goes higher, but, you know, this move here, it did most definitely just start. All right, well, technically just started this week right here. And now it's all the way up there, you know, $40 higher. But this is just leg number 1. And it's probably going to have a second leg. So pullback equals buying opportunity. You are watching 483.04, 573.98, 562.35, 554.19, and ultimately 542.81. Probably not going to happen, though. Tesla. All right, you're right on your uptrend. You want to see buyers step in right flipping here. If they don't step in here, it's honestly looking pretty ugly. I'm just gonna say it looks ugly. All right. The only thing I'm thinking here is that we have the Tesla's robotaxi event literally in 2 days. So, you know, Tesla has done some crazy things before. You got underneath the daily 9 here. It looks like you're probably going to be rolling over. What happened? You got right back above, all right? But with this event, you know, I think we probably get a bigger pop, a faster pop than what happened like over here. But that is something that I'm looking forward to. At least I just, you know, even if this does break down and that does fail, I'm just, you know, kind of looking forward to what happens on that event. What are they going to talk about? I am seeing videos of where, you know, Tesla's just picking people up. Just you get out of the grocery store, they'll just pick you up. And then a person walks in front of it, the Tesla car just stops, you know, really quick. And like, hey, it's like a normal person driving. I wonder what they're going to announce at that event, huh? All right, so that's Tessie. Resistance, of course, 244.24, 251.53, 255.77. Support, 233.09 is still that, you know, inverse head and shoulders neckline. We're going to make that a white line there just so we know it. And that's that. Okay, now let's go over the semis, guys. NVIDIA is already at 133. Insanity. All right, insanity. But I do think this move is just going to start. And it's probably coming straight up to a new all-time high if I had to take a guess. You know, I said if you get past 127.67, you probably are going to start your move up to all-time highs, up to 140.76. I think that's exactly what we have going on here. You also just had another fresh breakout over here. So not only did you have, you know, let's actually look at it this way. All right, let me just show how critical what just happened really is. You have a higher low here. Take off the freaking magnet, stupid magnet. You have a higher low. You have this high. You came down. And keep in mind. All right, let's just go over the whole thing right here, okay? You have a high. You have a higher low compared to over here, okay? You have a lower high. Then you got put into this weekly downtrend. You have a lower low, followed by another lower high, followed by a higher low. So now you have a higher low. What happens here? Well, when you broke above 131 today, what you really did is you put in your higher low into a higher low, higher low into a higher high, flipping sequence. I'm annoyed at, you know, stumbling through my words here. I'm saying too much, okay? Too much. But I'm just going to say this thing it's just getting started, 110%. You just literally flip this thing back into a weekly uptrend here. And this really does look like it is probably going to come straight for 136.15 and then 140.76. Strap in, buckle up for that ride, and have some fun. Okay, next one we'll cover over here, SMCI, guys. SMCI did end up, you know, busting a move yesterday, and now it is pulling back. It is testing that daily 9. You want to see buyers stepping in over here, all right? If you are long on this, you know, I'm just saying, you don't want to come back and sweep this low. You don't. If not even sweep, you don't want to come take out that low. You're probably going lower. To beat the case, I mentioned in yesterday's video, I still do think it has room to come all the way up here to around 60 bucks, 59.53 to be exact. But you know, you're gonna have to put in a higher low here and then push back up, and then it is probably going to make that move. It does not have to happen right away, but I do think it is on the way. There is SMCI. AMD, guys, this is one showing strength. Why is my lines? Why does it always switch back to regular? Just keep me on freaking log scale, you stupid trading view. All right. AMD, though, looking very strong here. You did get the weekly breakout last week from this bull flag, and now you're getting that continuation this week. You're pushing up to that 174.53 gap. You found buyers yesterday on the break and retest off of 168.73. And now you're headed to that 174.53 gap. Expect sellers there, but above there, we do have nothing really until we come all the way up to 179.69 and then 187.28 above that. Now, if we are just going to put this golden pocket up, I think we got above it. We're right at it, okay? So if you test 174.53, you're above that 0.786 fib. From that point, I do have to assume you're probably going to start making your way up to 187.28. I'm really liking this, okay? So AMD, if it, you know, makes that move here and then pulls back, that's going to be your buying opportunity there. Avgo, what do we got going on, guys? We talked about it. Now it's doing its thing, okay? But we definitely made it very clear what was going on here on Avgo, on TSM, on NVIDIA, on AMD, on ARM. They all look freaking phenomenal. They were all just back testing, you know, previous key spots there, break and retest, double bottom necklines like over here in Avgo. You literally pulled back into your zone and you found buyers at the bottom of the ugly double bottom neckline zone. Bottom, neckline, retest, continuation. This thing's going to like 190, 200 bucks, okay? That's all I got to say, ladies and gents. This thing's going much higher. If we're talking, you know, measured move, what the heck am I seeing right now? I got the wrong one on there. All right, we're going to use that guy. We're going to go like that, okay? Guys, that is a 35 flipping dollar move. This thing's coming up, you know, 200, 220 bucks. Let's freaking get it. Avgo style. All right, TSM, what are we rocking and rolling with, guys? You had the break and retest going on over here, and you know, I screamed and I shout and I banged on my table and I said, hey, that was easy. All right, This is like literally the buying opportunity. Everything is looking phenomenal. I know things look, you know, kind of bleak outside of this chip sector, but in reality, these things look like they're about to drag the market back up. Okay? It looks like it's about to drag the market back up. TSM is looking freaking beautiful. All right. And, you know, I'm just going to say, why do people still think Netflix is a FANG stock? Like, why is it actually in that list? It shouldn't be in that list. You have TSM having market cap bigger than that, 800 bill market cap. You know, you have, let's see, Dell probably has a bigger, no, Dell has an 88 billion market cap. All right. Regardless, I don't know why Netflix is still in that list. It should not be there. Dell over here, guys. I didn't mean to come over here to Dell, but I will point it out. You know, in the weekly update, we cover trade ideas. This was one I was hammering the table on. I don't like doing the trade ideas intra-week here, but we do them in the weekly update. So stay tuned for that. If you are new to the channel, you know, you might as well stay a while. I don't think you're going to find another resource like we got here on the channel for all of your stock market needs here. By that, I mean, you know, if you are an options trader or you just trade the, you know, heavily traded stocks there, the, you know, most active stocks, or you're continuously looking for your A+ setups, or you are a futures trader, or whatever the heck you want. All right, we cover it all. We cover the indices at the beginning of the video, then we cover the top, you know, we're going to say top 15 to 20 active stocks here on the New York Stock Exchange over here at the end of the video. And that's typically what we do every day here. And then the weekly update, we also add on 10 to 20 trade ideas going into the following week. All right, Dell over here, guys, it is busting a move. You have reclaimed that uptrend. We're going to take that off right now. Guys, above 120.07, we have nothing until 124.41. I do think that is what is coming here. Weekly chart, this looks absolutely phenomenal. You got back above that weekly 9. We always mention it, okay? The 9. It doesn't matter what time from the 9. You dance around the flipping 9. You came back. All right, you got your seller step and you're like, oh, it was a false breakout. Well, no, psych. All right, you just came back to test the weekly 9 and now you print a hammer candlestick and now you're going higher the next week. Let's see how this goes, but you're probably coming up here to 127 and take out the high, and then you're coming up here to 133.63. That's my opinion over there. Okay, so that was Dell. I didn't want to jump towards there or right up there just yet, but we're going to come back over to TSM. Guys, you already had your break and retest. You are now, you know, at your first TP level that I was looking at coming into this week. All right. The trigger was a break above 181.23. You actually came back to back test it. I did not take this one. All right. I do not really feel too comfortable trading short-term contracts in this environment. I pulled the trigger over the other day on TSM. I just kind of hopped back out the same day. Same with NVDA. NVIDIA and TSM would be freaking printing this week. But no, I mean, I'm just going to be transparent there. I am uncomfortable with short-term contracts right now. You know, I trade NASDAQ every day. So I really haven't felt the need to do anything in the short term here. I might as well just, you know, keep my win rate high and keep going with the swings. I'm going to be honest, a lot less stressful. And I think you're going to have a really good time, guys. We cover the cycles in this market pretty well. And I'm actually going to speak on this. I bought that... what's his name? Patrick Wyland or William Land. I don't know his name, all right? But he's a NASDAQ futures trader. I see him, you know, live streaming on YouTube. He's there. I don't watch him, but I saw him pop up on my Twitter feed the other day. And, you know, I see this course. And then I go on and click on it, and the guy actually does make money. And I'm like, you know, $200, that's pretty cheap. I might as well learn what the heck does this guy do to make, you know, tens of thousands in a day sometimes. He's got to know something. No, guys, it's really simple. And I'm going to say, honestly, I figured it would probably be some basic stuff. You know, most of the courses I've ever bought over the years have been really basic stuff. I haven't bought one since my, you know, first year trading. This is the first one in like, you know, 4 years or something like that. I'm just going to say it's extremely basic, but there's one concept that honestly today, just having that in the back of my mind really helped. Like really help. There's one concept in that course that you know, I'm gonna spill the beans right here, guys. All right, the market moves in waves. It does, and I continuously remind us here on this channel that the market does, you know, it doesn't go straight up, does not go straight down. It continuously searches for liquidity and, you know, search for buyers and sellers, and like I continuously remind us, but you know, that concept is really just best represented in think the market moves in waves. I think it is amazing to have that in the back of your mind. So, you know, waste of $200? Probably, yeah. All right. It was the most basic stuff. It did not give me any secret sauce or anything like that, but I do like the whole psychology aspect of it. So I'll say, hey, it's worth it specifically for having that in the back of your mind. If you trade in futures, I mean, if you have one contract FNQ, boom. All right, 10 points. There's your $200. But I think that was just a great reminder having today. Just when I was trading NASDAQ earlier, I just knew. I was like, I don't want to get in at the top of. I don't want to short at the bottom of a wave, and I don't want to long at the top of a wave. I want to just wait for these pullback entries. And I was killing it doing it today. All right. And by that, I meant down here. And then this thing kind of just took off. And then we got another one right over here. Now I'm recording this video at the perfect time. I'm just not touching it. Why? Because I think it's about a pullback. All right. And, we could be playing that pullback. I'm going to be honest, guys. It's probably going to go up and find another high after the pullback. So, short at your own, discretion there. Definitely the wrong term I just used there, but short at your own risk. There you go. Did break on that low right there. Yeah, honestly, this thing's probably about to roll over, come back to 2202. All right, guys. So I don't have much for you guys other than what we just discussed in today's video. ARM, guys, you're looking juicy. Still 153.50. That is what I'm paying attention to over there. This was your buying opportunity right off where you consolidated. This is the top of your range before, and that's what I was saying. A bunch of these things were just testing key spots. ARM's looking good. MU. I'm going to say this is still the weakest of the bunch. I wouldn't be touching it. We call out plenty of other things on this channel, and this just ain't it right now. I'll let you know when it's time. Right when it starts pushing back up here, if it gets that daily close above 111, that's when it's time. It's going to be moving up to 127.27 up there with all likelihood. Okay. Now, I did not cover SMH, but I will just point out, all right, you broke out from that downtrend. You pulled back. You did find sellers over here. Then you pulled back. You found buyers for the higher low. Now it looks like you're probably going to take out that high. And I have to guess you're probably going to advance past this high, 255.92 to the next 264 resistance there. So that's going to be your gap resistance. Above there, you have 270. What I'm trying to say here is chips over here. So this is the chip index, semiconductor ETF over here. This thing looks like it's going higher. Chips all individually look like they're about to run to all-time highs. Market's probably about to be dragged up, ladies and gents. So I am just sharing your friendly reminder here. But I actually do want to point out, same thing as we had over there in Avgo. This is your neckline. You stalled out right there at your neckline last time. You pulled back for a higher low, and now you're pushing back into it. As this is a cup and handle pattern. We see them everywhere. We see a bunch of patterns intertwined because in reality, we're just talking about buyer and seller psychology. And when we have, buyers, supporting price here, we're going to get a bullish pattern. That's how it's going to happen. All right. You have a downtrend break, double bottom. You now have a cup and handle pattern. This is kind of your key spot right there. This 250.85 to 255.92 zone. If you get above 255.92, you get a daily close above there, guys. You're going to rip some faces. You're probably coming up to all-time highs. All right, guys. So that's what I have for you guys today in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Please, if you did enjoy today's video, please remember to leave a like on the video so we can get this out to more people. And if you were new around these parts, let me know how you enjoyed it for the first time. There will be plenty more. We are here 5 to 6 days a week. With that being said, catch y'all in the next one. Peace.